Hey everyone, Big Pauly back for another video. Today's video is a tale as old as time. That's right, it's Beauty and the Beast Day. There's a couple of exclusives out today. There's the steelbook, the Zavi steelbook. That looked really good, but I decided not to go ahead and get that one. But we've also got all like the standard Blu-ray, DVD. There is the nice red sleeve 3D Disney one, which I really want. But I didn't see Beauty and the Beast in cinemas, so before I go ahead and get that, I'm hoping to pick up today, not just for me but for several people as well, the big sleeve edition. So we're going to have a look, see if we can grab a couple of those, and then I think if I like the film, if I do think it's alright, I'll go out and buy the red sleeve edition. But yeah, so let's head out. We're going to hit Tesco's and Sainsbury's and maybe Poundland, or a couple of other stores, and let's see what we've got today. See you in a minute. Okay, we're in Tesco's in Dover. They've got a nice display as you walk in with the Blu-ray and the DVD on the shelf there. They haven't got the red sleeve, so I'll have to have a look for that one. Yeah, you get a free book. You get a nice free hardback book when you buy this, so that's quite neat. Probably some nice colourful pictures in there and stuff like that. But let's head over and see if we can get the big sleeve. Okay, they got the Beauty and the Beast big sleeve edition, but guess what? That was a bit of a bust. They've got the display stand for the big sleeve edition, but hey, what? No big sleeves. She says they hadn't come in. Right, okay, we're going to head off to Westwood Cross now. They've got a bigger selection over there, so hopefully we'll pick them up over there. But that's where they had the Rogue Ones, so let's head over there now. Round 2, Westwood Cross. Let's go in and have a look, and hopefully they've got the big sleeves. Hey everyone, well, we've just got out of Tesco's at Westwood Cross, and la 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 la, awesome, 5 copies. So that's brilliant. It looks like they'd only actually just put them out recently, and they had these weird bloody security tags around them. It's like rope wrapped all the way around there and all the way around there with this massive hub on the front of it. Look, fucking ghastly. I tried to get ones that didn't have these tags on, but unfortunately they said because it's a security procedure, because it's a high value item, they have to put the tags on. So hopefully there's not too much of a little niggle on some of these sides. I have checked them. As you can see, it's probably just going to be very slight, but yeah, so I'm glad we managed to get those. So that's the big sleeves out of the way. So now we can head off to Sainsbury's and see what else they got. They did actually have in Tesco's now, they had free books which you could have, and I tried to wrestle a free book for each one, but unfortunately it was the book's only available with the standard Blu-ray and the DVD, not with the big sleeve edition, even though it has got Blu-ray and DVD. I know, I argued you can't win with this, with some of this management of these stores. So anyway, let's head over to a Sainsbury's now and see what they got over there. Okay folks, we're in Sainsbury's now. They've got the usual display at the top of the Travelator, which is a pretty good one. They're also giving away a Beauty and the Beast book as well. It looks like it's just like the standard paperback book rather than the hardback coloured book that Tesco's had. But let's head over to the Blu-rays and see what they've got. Okay, yeah, we're at the Blu-ray section there, folks. Here's the main Blu-ray, just the standard 2D one. It's got a nice cover on it. It's got a kind of like a metallic gold finish to it, so that's pretty good. Plus also the book there, the paperback book that you get free. And the red sleeve edition, which is always really nice. I love these red sleeve editions. Looks like I've got a bit of a embossing on the actual logo there as well, so hopefully I should be picking that up within the next week or two, if I like the film. And also they got the two movie version, so you've got the animated version and also the movie, double pack in other words. So that's quite good. That's quite good at £20. What else have we got here? Moonlight. I think that was already out a week or two ago. This one's quite new. Resident Evil Vendetta. It's not a live action one. It's a CGI one. So I'm not sure about that. It looks like they've re-released the Cars movies with these new slip covers that they've got. £8 each, so you've got Cars 1 there and Cars 2. Obviously Cars 3 probably won't match because it will come with a completely different cover. But they've got all the other Pixar ones there, plus also Toy Story 1, 2 and 3. Nice little triple pack there for £15, so that's pretty good. Okay, we're over on the DVD section now, so here's the standard DVD. And also the 2 movie pack as well, same as Blu-ray. They've also got Personal Shopper as well, which is with Kristen Stewart. I'm not too familiar with this film, so I'm not sure what it's about, but I have seen it advertised, so I'm not sure if I'll pick that up, but £7 is quite cheap. And also the Fast and Fierce. The Fast and the Fierce. Yes. Fast and the Furious. Oh my god. Okay, from the creators of Sharknado, so yeah, the quality is going to be really brilliant on that, isn't it? Oh my god. Also, Elite Force. Correct me if I'm wrong, the £200 million worldwide box office smash. Well, not outside of Korea or China, I shouldn't imagine. But yeah, that kind of threw me, that head in there. But I don't know, I might try and see that in the next couple of weeks. It's only £7, same as the others. A couple of new titles over here on the family section. Ninjago Lego. Season 6, I think that is. I'm not too familiar with this, but I'm looking forward to the new film that's coming out soon. Also, they got the triple pack for The Lion King, so we've got all 3 movies there in anticipation of the new Lion King live action movie that's coming out sometime. Over here on the DVD chart as well, Space 1999. Martin Landau, God bless him. Rest his soul. On the TV chart, we've got something called Midnight Sun, which I'm not familiar with, but it looks, I don't know if it's French or maybe Norwegian or something like that. Maybe it looks French. Yeah, so no, I'm not familiar with that. There's new seasons of House of Cards and Broadchurch. Looks like the entire triple pack of Broadchurch there. We've got to have a little bit of a discussion later on because they've just announced the new Doctor Who. And if I can just focus in, there she is, on the picture on the left there. So yeah, we'll have a little bit of discussion about Doctor Who and a little bit later on. They've also released Beauty and the Beast, the Linda Hamilton and Ron Perlman series. This is really heavy actually, this is a really heavy box set. There we go, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I really enjoyed this series. It's quite a long time ago now, though, isn't it? It's like early 90s, I think it was, the late 80s, early 90s. Probably showing its age, but it's still a really good show. everyone, back from the shops. I'm going to show you what I picked up. I did pop in Poundland, but that was a bit of a bust. They had 2 titles, Men in Black 3 and I think it was the Stunt Car Challenge, some other piece of crap, I can't remember what it was. But as you saw there in the HMV video, I had to just turn the volume off, turn the audio off completely. There's so much loud music going on in there. 1, you wouldn't have heard anything anyway, and 2, we don't want YouTube bloody coming down on us with the old copyright theft crap, do we? So I turned the audio off and just did an overdub on that one. I don't know if you can hear a funny noise, but if I sort of like tilt it down a bit, old Bob's decided to come and enjoy some Blu-ray hunting with us. Bless her. So if you hear any funny weird noises in the background, she's either licking bits that we shouldn't go into or she's starting to scratch the door because she wants to go out. But anyway, yeah, so back to today's releases. Today was Beauty and the Beast. I did eventually manage to get those big sleeve editions. So there's the big sleeve. Look at that, it's really nice, beautiful. But yeah, the Tesco's in Dover didn't have any. They had the display stand, but they hadn't got them in. I actually popped back to the Tesco's though after we'd been to Westwood Cross, and they actually had 2 copies, so they went overboard with that one, didn't they? But yeah, so there's the old big sleeve edition. I'm going to do a separate unboxing for this, so I'm not going to unbox it here, but I'll do an separate unboxing, unwrapping. A couple of other things. I've managed to catch up with a couple of Blu-rays that I bought in the last couple of weeks. The first one I caught up with was A Cure to Wellness. I'm not sure on this. I think this is probably going to be a one-time viewing. Now, I said in the previous video it looks a bit like Shutter Island meets One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It's maybe a bit Shutter Island, but it's nothing like Cuckoo's Nest. It's basically about this wellness clinic up in the middle of the Swiss Alps that are supposed to breathe new life into all these old codgers. But yeah, there's a bit of sinister goings on there, and basically this big financial business, they need to do some kind of merger, and they need to get the CEO of the company to sign off on it before the merger can go through. Otherwise the company probably goes down the toilet. And the CEO is actually up at this place in the Swiss Alps, so they send this young executive up there to drag him back. He gets wrapped up in all the goings on there, and he sees that something's not quite right, and goes down into the lower levels and all that kind of thing, and then finds out that the bloke that's actually running the place, Jason Isaacs, is a bit of a Frankenstein type person. That's been around for decades and decades, and he needs all these old people, drains their life basically, so that he can live. And yeah, I'm not going to go into it anymore, but it's going to be a one-time thing. But I enjoyed it, but as I say, it's going to be a one-time thing. The other one that I saw was The Giver, which was from Poundland. This, I kind of really enjoyed this one actually. It stars Brendan Thwaites, that was in Pirates of the Caribbean. I think he was in the 4th one, was it on Stranger Tides, I think it was that one. It's about this kind of like isolated place in the middle of nowhere, and they all have their set routines. You get one person which is like a gardener. Yeah, so you get one person that looks after the security and that kind of thing, but it's kind of like a graduation that they have to go through, and it's all very dull, it's all very black and white, and they're just stuck in their ways, and that's how it's supposed to be. They can't do anything other than that. And then they get this young kid, Brendan Thwaites. He kind of like graduates, and he gets pushed down to being a giver, a trainee giver. And the giver is actually Jeff Bridges. So Jeff Bridges is basically the keeper of the memories, so the memories of all humanity and that kind of thing. Inside this little world, inside this little enclosed world, they don't know anything about the outside world or anything. anything other than what they've been taught. And he goes through the training with Jeff Bridges, and he gets memories of all these things outside, animals, wars, all sorts of things. And there's like this little barrier that's outside of the community, and nobody's ever gone past it. So once he learns about things that are going on and that, he decides to just op it and see if he can actually get through the barrier, break through the barrier. But yeah, it's quite a good film. Some parts kind of reminded me of the Divergent movies, with the all nice clean facilities and that kind of shit. But it's a good film, and it's not bad for £1, so it's not one I'm going to be getting rid of, because I probably will see it again. So yeah, so that's quite a good film. Another one, I went to a boot fair about a week ago, and unfortunately I couldn't tape anything because there was too many people, and there was so much loud music. At this boot fair, this bloke had this cassette player. Yes, cassette player. And he was playing all this 80s music, and it would have been just too overwhelming. So it's a shame I couldn't video with anything, but I might go back and I'll just turn the volume off next time, and then we'll just do an overdub, just so so you can see what there is. But I did pick one thing up for £3 it was. I kind of looked at it and I thought, yeah, is this a rip-off or is this original? Because I certainly never heard of it. Badland, Road to Fury. Mad Max, Fury Road. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. But it's got an impressive cast. It's got Michael Shannon, Nicholas Hoult and Elle Fanning. So yeah, I personally got it from Michael Shannon. I want to see what he does in this film. As you see, that's him in the middle there. But also something that caught my eye, if you sort of like scale down to the bottom of that, does that remind you of anything? I know. Imperial probe droid. I'm sure it doesn't look like that in the actual film. Maybe it's just the shitty artwork. But yeah, it looks pretty good. It does look very Mad Max. So I'm definitely going to be giving this one a try. And as I say, this was only £3. I've never heard of this. I've never seen this in any Tesco's, Sainsbury's. So it certainly will be interesting to see. And it's 2014, so it's only a couple of years old. So yeah, that's definitely going to be worth a look. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the recent announcement of the new Doctor Who, who is going to be replacing Peter Capaldi at Christmas, on Christmas Day. There's been a lot of bad press basically on the internet and in the papers. I would say that it's 70% negative and 30% positive. And the reason being is because I actually cast an actress called Jodie Whittaker, who was in Broadchurch with David Tennant. And she's been cast as officially the first female Doctor. Now, I'm going to put a link down below because she's not really the first female Doctor. The first female Doctor was Joanna Lumbly. What, you say? I know, it's some comic relief or sport relief sketch that was out years ago. But yeah, have a look at the video below. Basically, Hugh Grant is the Doctor, and he regenerates into the Joanna Lumbly. So it's quite funny. But yeah, it shows that even back then they were thinking of it, and this must be like, what, 90s or 2000, I don't know. But yeah, personally, I think it's a really good idea. We've had the Doctor for, 55 years. It's been regular clockwork. It's been a white male. Now, the thing that people were saying is the Doctor is a man, not a woman. But if you know Doctor Who, the Doctor is an alien. And even one of the previous Doctors, I think it was Matt Smith, after he changed from David Tennant into Matt Smith, he was checking himself over, and he even says, "I'm a girl." See, it's possible. But yeah, I mean, Jodie Whittaker, I've only seen a few things that she's in, although I'm going to start watching Broadchurch now. But it's a lot of, I don't know, I mean, I personally love it. I think it's going to be really good, a different take, and it's going to be really entertaining. But there's people out there who said, well, they've ruined Doctor Who, BBC have ruined Doctor Who, that's it, that's the end of Doctor Who, I'm not watching anymore. Well, for anybody that thinks that way, farewell. Carry on watching Doctor Who as you've known it for the last 55 years. You've got all those episodes to watch. If you don't want to go on this journey to find out how this is going to pan out and how this is going to work, then so be it. That's up to you. But if you do want to explore it and you want to delve into the possibilities of having a female Doctor, then come Christmas, after the regeneration, and then the series is back probably about March or April, for the new run with Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor. So I'm really looking forward to it. So it's certainly going to be very different, but it's still going to be Doctor Who. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I've got a lot of hope for this. So I'm really looking forward to watching Jodie's adventures in the TARDIS. So I think probably it's time, to ask Alexa some shit. And we'll ask her some Beauty and the Beast and Doctor Who shit.
Ask Alexa shit.
Alexa, who stars in Beauty and the Beast?
The stars of Beauty and the Beast include Emma Watson, Luke Evans, Ewan McGregor, Dan Stevens and Stanley Tucci.
Alexa, wiki Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast is a traditional fairy tale written by French novelist Gabrielle Suzanne Barbot de Villeneuve and published in 1740 in La Jeune Américaine et Les Contes Marins. A lengthy version was abridged, rewritten, and published first by Jean-Marie Le Prince de Beaumont in 1756 in Magazine des Enfants, and by Andrew Lang in the Blue Fairy Book of his Fairy Book series in 1889, to produce the versions most commonly retold. It was influenced by some earlier stories, such as Cupid and Psyche, written by Lucius Apelles Madorenzi in The Golden Ass in the 2nd century AD, and The Pig King, an Italian fairy tale published by Giovanni Francesco Straparola in The Facetious Knights of Straparola. Variants of the tale are known across Europe. In France, for example, Zemire and Isor is an operatic version of the story, written by Marmontel and composed by Grétry in 1771, which had enormous success well into the 19th century. It is based on the second version of the tale. Amour pour Amour, by Nivelle de la Chaussée, is a 1742 play based on Gabrielle Suzanne Barbot de Villeneuve's version.
Have you finished, Alexa? For fuck's sake, I only asked a simple question. Alexa, who is Doctor Who?
The Doctor is a fictional Time Lord in the long-running BBC sci-fi series Doctor Who, travelling through time and space in a TARDIS.
Alexa, what does TARDIS stand for?
TARDIS is an abbreviation of time and relative dimensions in space.
Alexa, wiki Jodie Whittaker.
Jodie Auckland Whittaker is an English actress. She first came to prominence for her 2006 feature film debut Venus, for which she received British Independent Film Award and Satellite Award nominations. She was later praised for her roles in the cult science fiction film Attack the Block, the Black Mirror episode The Entire History of You, and as grieving Mother Beth Latimer in Chris Chibnall's TV series Broadchurch. On the 16th of July 2017, BBC announced that Whittaker would become the 13th incarnation of the Doctor in the British TV series Doctor Who, taking over the role in the 2017 Christmas special episode The Doctors. Her arrival in the series will coincide with Chibnall's, who will become Doctor Who's new executive producer.
Ask Alexa shit.
Well, folks, hope you enjoyed that little bit of waffle there from Alexa. Thanks for clicking on the video. Don't forget to head over to Cudzndrips.com for my lenticulars. I have had a delivery of new lenticulars that are coming from the May and June orders. I know it takes a bit of time, but I'm getting them all wrapped up and we'll get them shipped out soon, so be a little bit patient. But yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there. And don't forget to head over to Blu-ray.com for the group buys, the Steelbook group buys. The last recent two are War of the Planet of the Apes and Spider-Man, which is still running. So head over there. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.